Okay, so today I'm going to be optimizing this article on preventing ice dams. Exciting. So we're going to be using both Surfer and ChatGPT to optimize this article. We probably optimized articles in the past before by breaking it down in chunks and optimizing it piece by piece, which is what we're going to do today, but we're going to take it up a notch here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to look at our base score for this article here. So right now, when I did the base score before, we're looking at about a 58. So it was pretty good, but not the greatest. It was missing a couple things. So what we've done is we're going to analyze it with ChatGPT. But first, we're also going to use the tool here and actually use the top 3 competitors, or at least the ones that I saw with the best scores that I liked their articles. So we're going to use those, and then we're going to use ChatGPT here and use a prompt that I've come up with. Not this here, but at the very top. So that's the name of my AI there. I have an SEO content task for you. First, analyze this web page. So get it to analyze the article. I want to optimize the content on this article. Compare that article to these competitors. So I'll then get it to compare to all of these articles. Now, how I divide them, I don't know if this is necessary, but I do this is I put it in brackets here and then put a comma just to make sure it's divided and so it reads it properly. Then I go, what is missing from my article? Without adjusting the structure of the article, expand where appropriate. So now what it's done, it's gone through each section and made notes where the improvements can be made, and then has given sources to where they've gotten that information from. So from there, it's going to give me, let's see here. All right, so now what I've done is I got to analyze the text from the original article. Okay, and then I get it to say, or I say to it, please write the improvements you've suggested into this existing article. Tackle each section one at a time. So now it's going to go through one at a time. So you'll have the current and then the improvement. So we'll go through this. Okay, looks pretty good. And it'll even give the addition section and down there, additional tips, and the call to action. Perfect. So when I first did this, it was missing a few keywords too. So it wasn't quite where I wanted to be. It got me to about, I would say about 66 in the Surfer score, which is kind of where I wanted to be, but not quite there yet. So what I did then is in Surfer, you can actually go to here and download guidelines as a text file. And that text file, when you download it, will just be a text of all of the, let me see if I can pull it up here really quick. Don't want to go into my downloads folder, but it does give you just a list of all of the keywords that are missing or that are included and missing. And then I uploaded that here and got Ace here. I said, this is great, but first analyze this text document. I said that the word count is a little low, however. Using the uploaded text file of keywords, or got it there, add keywords from that list to expand word count. Go through section by section again. So I'll run it through again. This time, it just gave me the revised section. Okay, so what I did was I copied all that, the final bit, into Surfer. Now I only had to tweak it a little bit, and I'll show you what the last part is I did to tweak this. But with that, we were able to get about a 76. So quite a bit of improvement upon 58 to 76 just by running it through a couple prompts, just working with it a little bit. One quick note I should say though about my AI is that Ace here is highly trained over the last 6 months. she's been working with me. So it is very highly tuned for me and the content I'm using. However, you can program one like this yourself. So ACE here is based on a prompt for my purposes. So under personalization, under chat customization, it just has a bit about who I am and about my work. But then from there, of course, the biggest thing about ChatGPT is that it has memory. So of course, it's memorizing all of the work that I've done and the iterations I've done through different projects. So that's really useful when it comes to creating content and, of course, making your own AI. But I digress. So after that, I will then go to another tool within Surfer called Humanizer, or Detect and Humanizer AI content. Now, take a lot of the AI tools that these third-party um, places or these software provide. They may say that they're very tailored, but this is such a new field that you really have to take all of this with a grain of salt. So let's try this out. So let's take our newly optimized AI article. Okay, we'll go back to the humanizer, paste and detect, and we'll go. So see, this appears to be AI generated. So let's see some details on that. So it says it says that where it's about 99% AI. Well, which is mostly true. But the thing is that when you go to humanize it, it's just going to try and generate it from its own AI. Now, whether or not this is really accurate or the best is up for interpretation. But what you can do is definitely go run it through here and then compare this to the article that you've optimized and see where, yeah, it sounds a little bit too more robot. Maybe you can add things that just sound too complex for no reason. Remember the tone of the audience you're going for. So that's the last step to kind of optimizing this. Not the very last step, but for the content part of it. All right. So that's how you kind of get from 58 to 79 just using a couple prompts and the Surfer AI tools. The last step I wanted to do for this article was add more value. So what I wanted to do was add a few more images. Unfortunately, right now we are waiting on a few more images from the client, but I found some stock image or old images here I was able to use. We also want to add different value like video. A lot of people aren't going to read all this text. They just want a simple video. This is an older one, but it's from CBC, very relevant. The last thing I did was also create a small, pretty decent AI image just to flare it up a little bit. If they want it removed later, that's okay. But this should add some more value and flair to the page, giving it a little bit more engagement. So with this, I'm hoping this will boost up this ice dam page or preventing ice dam page in time for the season. And hopefully that will bring in some traction. All right, just a quick overview of how to optimize content. All right, thank you so much.